Hey guys, I'm back again, day 7 of the fitness journey, and today I'm wearing the Avia 5000s, I believe they are. Here's a shot of them. I believe they had went viral some time back, not too long ago. Sold at Walmart. Can't remember exactly what I paid for these guys. $20, $25, something like that. So reality is I own a lot of shoes. I love trying new shoes, and I really like supporting the little guys, and I root for the little guys. Sometimes you can find some really great shoes for very little money, and anytime you can save money and it delivers on an excellent product, I'm all for it. So wanted to give you some initial thoughts on these. I have worn them before, but just out and about, not really taking them on a walk or doing anything with them. Initially, speaking from the perspective of an older, overweight guy stepping into some of these, very reminiscent of the shoes that you would have found in the 80s and 90s. So the cushion technology is not really evolved or anything, but the actual make of the shoe, like the I don't know what you would call it, but the materials that it's made from, with what they're giving you for the money, it's quite impressive. You've got leather materials, albeit synthetic, and you have some woven material in there. So I'm not going to complain about the materials themselves or anything. The overall fit is, I've heard people say online, these are so comfortable. And maybe from the perspective of someone younger, whose feet are a little bit more forgiving and tolerant of any kind of shoe out there, then you would take a look at these and go, well, yeah, they're comfortable. And I'm not going to say that they're completely wrong. However, again, the cushion technology of modern shoes is just a million times better than this. There's a lot of heel slip, and with the way that the shoe is designed, it's not really designed to lock around the ankle or anything, or just below. And so there is some heel slip there that will probably, if someone really wanted to put the shoe through its paces, would lead to a lot of irritation. Immediately stepping into it, I could definitely feel the heel irritation from the plantar fasciitis a lot more significantly than with either of the shoe, the Nike Waffle Trainer 2 or the Nike Cortez. Personally, I think if you replace the insole with something softer, you'd have a really great shoe. So after looking back through my footage, I'm not all that much of a fan of like watching the shoe walk. It makes me look like I have this weird gait to my walk from this perspective. It's ridiculous looking, but I promise I walk normal, guys. So yesterday was day 6 of my weight loss journey, and I had a second day of really good diet, and my workouts were consistent. I almost gave up at the end of the night because I was procrastinating and pushing that workout further on back in the night, and it got to like 11:15, and I'm like, man, I really need to be getting to bed, but at the same time I need to get that workout in. So fortunately I have a little home workout gym kind of thing, and I was able to get the workout in and do some lifting. Tomorrow will be a weigh-in day, and part of me is very excited about it. Another part is very reluctant. I do hope to see results that trend in a better direction, but with weight loss, you never really know. The body is kind of weird like that. One thing that might steer me in the opposite direction would be that the diet plan that ChatGPT recommended, it has me eating like 3 eggs in the morning, but then also a cup of egg whites, and that's a whole lot of egg, man. It's a whole lot of protein, but that's a lot, man. So as I was eating, I noticed it was actually, it gave me the feeling of like I'm eating too much. And the only other time that I've had that when associated with like working out and stuff was when I was trying to, believe it or not, I used to be extremely skinny, and I was trying to bulk up and eating like a gram of protein per pound of body weight at the time. And I just remember having like this is impossible feeling of not being able to eat enough, you know. So I'm about 15-20 minutes into my walk, 20 minutes, and I am noticing that heel irritation that I was talking about. Just the fit of the shoe around the ankle, it's just not it's not really great, and they're not really made in such a way that you can crank them down with the materials. They're a cheaper Walmart shoe, you know, so they're not like built tough or anything. So it's like, this might have been the standard years ago and would have been completely fine, because kids would have been wearing like socks were like pretty thick. And again, over time, everything's changed, and thinner socks, shorter socks in my case, and it's allowing these shoes to kind of just rub up against the back of my Achilles. I still think it's a phenomenal shoe for the money, so you really can't go wrong with it. Just keep expectations in check. You're probably not going to be wearing this for long walks and stuff, but if you're just for the most part standing around, and if you're a kid and you're into this style and you're just wearing them to school, and for the most part you're just walking from class to class, I think they'd be great. And comparatively to some vintage, even vintage Jordans, like these feel better than Jordan 4s or Jordan 3s, Jordan 1s, you know, like these are, but they don't feel substantially better than those. But for 20-25 bucks, you can't beat it. All right, guys, that's going to end today. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Later. Before I head out, I want to make a correction about the shoe. After taking it off, inspecting further, of course, there's this runner's knot here that I could, or this eyelet that I could have used to make this a more secure fit. So I can't really let Avia take the heat on that kind of fit without first trying it. And also the lace quality, they do feel, it is cheap. So like pulling on the laces over time, you could probably snap these over time, because it is a really thin material for the lace. But this here feels sturdy enough, and then there is this seam for reinforcement there and the change of material and everything, but through the eyelet you do have some, I guess, durable leather. So while I wouldn't go crazy cranking on these things, because again, they're like a $20-$25 shoe, you could get a more secure fit. And overall, I think for the money, again, the shoe performs great. And let me just see real quick if the insole, the insole is removable, and it's got a decent, like, that's thicker than a lot of insoles that get shipped with shoes, believe it or not. But it's still a pretty rigid shoe, so I'll probably end up replacing that insole with something a little bit more forgiving. And I think this is an absolute banger for $20-25 bucks. All right, later.